What's up, y'all? Snoop here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been getting so much feedback about how you guys have missed my Salon Suite videos. I've been busy working on my consulting program. So if you guys do not know, of course, I've got the full A to Z course, my Salon Suite Master course. All of the details and the information can be found at www.salonsuitemastercourse.com, as well as information on our Inner Circle program, where we help you fix your credit, get funding, as well as we've got weekly meetings that we do just to help you keep on track with a like-minded group of people that are also looking to open up their salon suite businesses, okay? And so, yes, I'm back pushing out the YouTube videos, and today I'm going to answer a lot of questions that a lot of my students give me. So when you buy my course, you actually have access to my Facebook group, which is over 500 different students in there. So if you guys do buy the course, please make sure that you guys come over and request entry into the Facebook group. Lastly, we've got the National Salon Suite Conference coming up for the second year. This year is going to be October 18th through the 20th. But today, I'm at my downtown location, Remedy Salon Suites. Have a lot of things to share with you guys, a lot of questions to answer. So let's get to it. This is our location. This is actually one of my largest salon suite locations. We've got about 22 different suites here. My south side location, I actually made it probably about just the same size as well, but we've got single suites, we've got double suites, we've got a communal area. So let's check it out, y'all. One of the main things that you guys will notice too is like the lights aren't on over here, right? A lot of these tenants are not working today, and so it's always good to make sure that you have your lighting on different switches so that you can save when it comes to your utility bills. All right, so this is just a waiting area over here. I didn't show you guys the other side as well. We'll go back over there in just a second. But we passed by just some of our single suites that are on this side. This is our big communal area over here. So a couple of different things that I want to point out. So this was my very first salon suite location, and so many different things that I learned about doing salon suites after doing this very first location, right? So number one of the things that I want to point out is I actually spent quite a bit of money on my furniture. And when it comes to the furniture, you want to make sure that you're buying things that are going to be for high frequency use, you know. So I would advise going forward to get black bows instead of white bows. Didn't know any better. I more so just went with what would look good. But if you notice, my Remedy North and my Remedy South location have black bows instead of white bows. Even this seating, so this seating is nice, but if you look over here, this chair right here has tons of dye marks that's gonna need to be replaced. So that's why now we just go with the black chairs, you know. So black is always good. It's gonna hide the blemishes, it's gonna hide the dye. And another thing is you just have to really make sure that you're on top of your tenants. You have to make sure that you have the right management in place. So for me, I would say the past year, I've been going through definitely different management changes. As most of you guys know, I lost my daughter about 1.5 years ago. So I really kind of stepped away from my businesses to just grieve and get myself together personally. The manager that I had her for long term, but she ended up stepping away. I had to replace her with someone else, and they just was not on top of it, you know. So whoever you have managing your suites is going to be extremely important. I know a lot of you guys probably manage your own suites. With me having so many different businesses and going through so many life changes this the past couple of years, that hasn't been something that I'm able to personally do. But the best person to ever manage your business is yourself, if you are able to do that. Even with this being a semi-passive income opportunity, you can still manage yourself and not really spend a lot. But that's just like even over here. So just using this light color. Once again, I would have used the black. So over at Remedy North, our pedicure station was done about 2-3 years ago, and it still looks really, really nice, you know. So definitely keep in mind the various colors you use, the type of furniture you want to put inside your location, because the thing is you know, you've got multiple different people that are going to be using this furniture. It's not just you, or it's not just a couple of tenants. You know, if you've got a location where you've got 22 suites like I do over here, these dryers and these washables are going to be used very, very frequently. So definitely keep in mind, you know, what type of furniture you want to put into your location. Things that are going to last on a long-term basis. Another thing when it comes to actually the furniture that you put in your suites. So one of the things that's really, really important about that, I always tell people, so when it comes to your suites, you really only need to put furniture in half of the suites, okay? You don't have to put furniture in all of your suites, because you don't know if you're going to be leasing to nail techs, if you're going to be leasing to lash techs, stylists, massage therapists. And so you don't want to put styling chairs in every single suite. And then you've got to move that stuff out. You know, you've got to find a storage for it, you know, all of these different things. So definitely keep that in mind. Another question that I'm asked, so just from A to Z, you know, and just starting from the beginning, a lot of people are like, you know, well, should I buy a location or should I rent that location? You know, it really just depends on what your goals are long term. Now, in buying a location, of course, you've got several different benefits in buying a location. At that point, everything is within your control. So for me, this particular location right here, we are always having issues with the landlord. The landlord is what I would refer to as a slumlord. So it's just someone who doesn't take great care of the building, doesn't really get back to your requests quickly. Now they're renovating the building, so it looks better. But we're right downtown. We've had to deal with vagrants and things of that nature outside, and them necessarily not really doing much about it. And so we've had to take on a lot of the things that a tenant shouldn't have to take on. But when it's your business, you're not going to let your business fail. So, you know, we've taken on things that we just really shouldn't have to, you know, as a tenant. Additionally, I signed a 10-year lease. I wouldn't necessarily recommend signing a 10-year lease. I think the longest you should probably sign is 7. Now, I've got students that have been offered 2 and 3 year leases. Those are just way, way too short for you to be able to make back all of your money and profit within the life of your business. If this is a business that you're looking at, that you know you've done your research and you want to be involved in long term, then I would definitely recommend purchasing the building if you've got the credit and the finances to do so. Because then at that point, every single thing is within your control. So that's going to be very important to do so. If you don't have the funds to purchase a building and you're looking at leasing, there's a couple of different things that you want to make sure that are within your lease. First of all, you want to make sure that you have an attorney look over that lease before you sign anything. First few leases that I signed, I did not know that information, and it definitely cost me. Now we've got attorneys that are recommending people to have early termination clauses in there. You know, we have things like COVID that came up, and other different things that happen that will help you to be able to get out of a lease. Because if you do sign a lease and you have to walk away from that business, you're still responsible for the remaining terms on that lease. So let's say you sign a 5-year lease, and at year 2, whatever has happened and you've decided that, you know, you no longer can run that business, or you just don't want to, you're still responsible for the remaining 3 years. So those early termination clauses really, really help a lot when it comes to signing those leases. Another thing, you want to make sure that it legally states in there that you are able to operate a salon suite business. A lot of times leases will say that you can't sublease. Well, a salon suite business is essentially subleasing in itself. So you want to make sure that that information is in there. You want to make sure that you are knowledgeable with all of the terms within your lease. One of the issues that I had here when I was trying to open is that my location is on the second floor of this building. The very front of this building has steps and there was no handicap lift. So there was no ADA accessible way to get into the building. So I had to wait until my former landlord did that. And that actually cost me about 4 months of being able to get open. Now, he ended up waiving my rent when it came to that. However, I had already put all this money into this space and I wasn't able to open up my business when I was ready, which was when I had, gotten to the point of being able to get my final permits and having all of the renovations done. So, things like that are very important. And that also goes with the difference in owning the building and leasing the building. All right. Secondly, another thing that's really important is just making sure that whatever location you get is just zoned properly for whatever it is that you want to do. A lot of times people will look for locations themselves without working with without working with realtors, and it just really makes no sense to do that. You, as someone that's looking to lease something, it's completely free for you to work with a realtor. So working with somebody that's very experienced and finding you a location is exactly what you want to do versus setting out on this project on your own. I never understand why people don't take courses or get in inner circle programs. If you're going to spend $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 on a business, why not do it the right way? And doing it the right way is being able to get the course, being able to get the consulting that you need, being able to have the proper people in your corner, realtors, attorneys, contractors, architects. We've already vetted these type of people out. So there's no reason for you to have to make the same mistakes that I made when I first got into the business, when it's so much easier for you to just come to the experts and do it the right way the first time. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. Another thing is you want to make sure that whatever permits you need that you go ahead and get. You want to make sure that you're working with the right type of architects that can put together the plans that you're going to need to be able to pull permits. And then you want to make sure that you're working with the right type of contractors. I cannot stress to you how many people have been burned by just working with contractors that are just not good, that are there to, take your money. A lot of times they'll charge outrageous deposits and run off with the money or just take all day. Or they have too many clients at one time. So they have too many clients and then they're telling you, oh, okay, well, we're going to start the electric work on Monday. And it's not this Monday, but it's the following Monday or the Monday after that. And time is ticking for you from the moment you sign that lease. Even if you do get 3 free months or whatever the case may be, time is still ticking every single day. And I try to tell my students, my clients, the construction process is the most stressful process of all because you're dealing with and you're reliant on so many people that you don't have control on. You're relying on your landlord, you're relying on the architect, you're relying on the engineer, you're relying on the contractor, you're relying on the city, to issue the permits. So it's extremely important that you try to work with the best people possible and that you've got good trusted advisors on your team so that this process doesn't have to be any more stressful than it's already going to be. It's already going to be stressful. Believe me, guys, I've done it 4, 5, 6, 7 different times, even with helping my franchisees. So that's definitely something that you want to keep in mind. And that's why we've put this course together and put the Inner Circle program together so that it makes it so much easier for you to open up this semi-passive income opportunity. All right. And then just furthermore, when it comes to working, with the contractors, a lot of people don't even know where to start, even when it comes to hiring contractors. You've got different things like Angie's List. You've got Highs. You've got a lot of times even your neighborhood app, can help you find trusted contractors to work with. But the main thing is you don't want to work with somebody that you have not validated their references. All right, you at least want to make sure that you validate these people references, that they've done a commercial project before, and not just worked on residential or, housing projects. You want to make sure that they've worked on commercial business projects as well. Okay. Um, that's really a lot of the process, with getting started. And so definitely just kind of wanted to walk you guys through one of my locations so that you can see. We took this location. We started with something that was a doctor's office. So this was a doctor's office. It had various rooms that were already kind of sectioned off. Some of the rooms had plumbing already ran to them. And that's the thing, guys, you do not have to put plumbing and sinks in every single room because, what if you got a massage therapist in that room? What if you got a lash tech in that room? They don't need plumbing, so there's so many different ways to skin a cat when it comes to this business. And this is going to be a 4-part series. We're going to continue to talk about, of course, I've got tips for days, but like I said, the A to Z will always be found within my course. So make sure you guys go ahead and head on over there to salonsweetmastercourse.com. Make sure you guys check out the details for the conference. We're selling early bird tickets right now at www.nationalsalonsuitesconference.com, and make sure you guys are following me on Instagram at Who is Snoop.